one of the greatest empires in world history was the Mali Empire. The Mali Empire was one of the most prosperous and powerful empires in the antiquity of Africa. Its growth and expansion from the 13th century onwards was legendary and pivotal in the history and culture of Western Africa. The Mali Empire Volume 1, from author J.P. Martin, available on Amazon, is a book which provides the full historical record of the Mali Empire. From their control over the trans-Saharan trade routes and development of great cities such as Timbuktu, to their influential royal class who produced notable African kings such as Mansa Musa, Sundiata Keita, and Mansa Abubakar Keita II, the Mali Empire made a significant impression. This book is perfect for anyone interested in learning more about the history of Western Africa. Order your copy right now on Amazon. The Mali Empire, Volume 1, from author J.P. Martin. Go to Amazon.com and get your copy today.
Alexis here, coming to you with an awesome sale of 25% off when you use promo code OHURU25 at alexisfowler.com. I provide services like digital art, logo designs, packaging designs, web designs, social media flyers, and much more. If you're an entrepreneur with a business or a startup company, make sure you take advantage of this opportunity, getting 25% off when you use promo code OHURU25 at alexisfowler.com.
Peace, family. I hope all is well. I hope your Tuesday evening is going well. Well, it's Tuesday evening here in Atlanta, but I just hope all is going well. Everything is okay. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, or really I'm not. I am looking forward to going to Nigeria here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to have an awesome time in Nigeria for the Oshun Festival. If you would like to roll with us to Nigeria for the Oshun Festival, please hit me up. Let me know. Give me a call. Well, email me first. Please go to danfo.africa. Go to danfo.africa. That's danfo.africa. Again, that is danfo.africa. Please visit danfo.africa to learn more. August 6th to the 15th, we're making our annual pilgrimage to Nigeria for the Osun Osogbo Festival. And we are looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. I cannot wait. I need to spend some more time in Nigeria. Again, I need to spend some more time in Nigeria. I used to go like 5 times a year. Now I've been going just once a year. So I need to up that. There's a lot going on in Nigeria. And to be honest with you, I know this is going to offend a lot of people. Nigeria is the future of the Black race. Nigeria gets it together. That is a win. That is a plus for everyone. Again, once Nigeria finally gets it together, that is a plus for everyone. But we are going to have an awesome time in Nigeria for the Oshun Festival. We'll be in Oshun State for the first 4 days, and then we're going to head to Lagos and have some fun in Lagos for the remainder of the trip. We split it up half and half. And like I said, we're going to have a great time. Really looking forward to it. Also, we are rolling to Zanzibar in November. All right, Safari Blue, Zanzibar for Safari Blue. That's November 12th to the 21st. November 12th to the 21st, if you're interested in coming to Zanzibar. Absolutely beautiful place. I've been, I want to say 3 times. Yeah, I've been 3 times. Been to Zanzibar 3 times. So it's an absolute beautiful place. Looking forward to that. Haven't been 3 times or just 2 times? I don't know. But I've been to Zanzibar before. Okay, I've been before. So looking forward to hitting up Zanzibar. And then in January, we are doing Benin for the Voodoo Festival. Again, we're rolling to Benin for the Voodoo Festival in Benin. That will be January 3rd to the 12th. Shout out to AJ Niger. And, guys, I want to give a special thank you to brothers like AJ Niger, brothers like Fabian, sisters like Michelle, brother Robert. Who else we got here? Sister Sandra. People have traveled and came on multiple and joined me on multiple tours. Thank you for rocking with me. It really means a lot. It really does. In fact, I'm put in the chat room. In fact, let me do this right now. So every trip I put together or host, I do a WhatsApp chat. And so let me put in the Oshun Festival. Let's start off with the Oshun Festival. While it's on my mind, thank you. I want to express my gratitude for everyone who is coming, who is everyone who is taking part. Oh, my sister Kai's in the building or in the house. Yeah, did the digital house, the YouTube house. I want to express my gratitude for everyone who is coming, who is taking part on, who is participating on this journey. There we go. Participating on the journey. And shout out to Rob for this will be. And shout out to Rob for this will be his third time joining us on. And shout out to Rob for the YouTube house. This is the YouTube house for job for. And shout out to Rob for coming for. I'm gonna get it together. But shout out to Rob for joining us for multiple trips to Nigeria with me. Shout out to Rob for coming on multiple trips to Nigeria with me. All right, cool. All right, I'll get to everybody else later, the other groups. But yeah, so join us in Zanzibar, join us in Nigeria, join us in Benin Republic. We will love to have you all. We will love to have you all. All right, so we're going to get into some, and let me start off with this. All right. Let me start off with this. All right, Tierra Young Allen, I hope she's okay. I hope she's all right. I hope nothing happens to her while she's serving her time in a Dubai prison. This is more of a teaching moment and a teaching lesson for everyone to how to conduct yourself, okay, when you are traveling internationally. All right. A lot of the stuff that you get away with here in America, all right, and we'll get into the story here shortly, you're allowed to do here in America. When you go to foreign countries, they're not going to tolerate it. Case in point, you had the guy that I think he was in Singapore or somewhere in Asia back, this was back when I was young. He got caught doing some graffiti and he got lashed. You've heard stories of when going to North Korea goes wrong. There's certain protocols that you have to follow when traveling to a foreign land. And in this case, in fact, let me just jump into the video real quick. I just had the video up. Go back. Here we go. So let's jump into this video.
Helped me a lot with getting past all the jumbled together mess of mind that's been running around in here.
On Fox, the last 2 months are described as terrifying for a Houston woman who we're told is being detained in Dubai. Fox 26's Domely Keith joining us live near downtown Houston with why she's being held. Domely.
Well, the crime she's charged with may surprise you, and Dubai is increasingly becoming a vacation spot for a number of Houston women. One who's there right now, according to her social media page, is trying to get back to the Bayou City. But according to her mom, her passport has been confiscated because she was charged with screaming in public.
It also could result in prison time. So it's very scary.
The trip turned terrifying for Tierra Young Allen when her mom says she was a passenger in a friend's rental car and they got into an accident there in Dubai. Tina Baxter says when her daughter went to the company to retrieve her ID, credit card, and other items left in the rental, Baxter says it did not go well.
She found out that she could only receive those items if she paid an undisclosed amount of money. She dealt with a very aggressive individual, a young man there who was screaming at her.
Baxter says her 29-year-old daughter ultimately yelled back at the rental car agent, she says, resulting in her being charged for screaming there in Dubai.
And so she is in jail for one reason and one reason alone. She raised her voice. In that country, a female is not even allowed to raise her voice. If she raises her voice, it's punishable by jail time.
It's been very emotional. There are some days I stay up all night crying.
They have a strict law system that is really based on theocracy.
This website warns, quote, laws and customs are very different, so be aware of your actions to ensure they don't offend while in United Arab Emirates. Now, after Baxter says her daughter was charged with screaming in Dubai, her passport has been taken, and the American social media influencer who works as a truck driver can't leave the UAE, according to her mom. And her mom says she's been placed under a travel ban pending the outcome of the investigation.
It's very frightening. The longer she's been there, the more reality has started to kick in.
In our opinion, she did not commit a crime. Don't punish women for doing the same thing a man can do.
She did commit a crime, Cornell. And see, this is the problem. All right, we don't want to hold people accountable. She committed a crime. She committed a crime per their rules, per their laws. She committed a crime. What are you talking about? See, this is the problem. She went to a foreign land. She committed a crime. Now you're trying to say that she's the victim or act like she's the victim. Yes, it's illegal. She committed a crime, Cornell. What are you talking about? That's why she's in jail. And we can't impose our beliefs on a country or a group of people who've been this way or who've been practicing these customs for thousands of years. And now you want to say that she did not commit a crime. She committed a crime. Obviously, that's why she's in jail.
In Dubai, it's not fair and it's not right.
Now, the 29-year-old does now have an attorney there in Dubai, and her mom says she's told that she could face jail time because there is surveillance video of her screaming. Now, we have reached out to the U.S. and the UAE embassies. Will government officials step in and give her assistance? I'm still awaiting responses. Reporting live near downtown Houston, I'm Domely Keith, Fox 26 News.
She did commit a crime. Per the laws and the rules of Dubai, she committed a crime. Hard stop, in the words of Brother Philip Lindsay. So listen, when you are traveling, all right, sisters, all right. Now, in the community here in America, you could grab air and flip hair. I'm sorry, grab air and flip hair and all that stuff when you get emotional and be in my masculine and all that other stuff when you're here in America. All right, you get away with it. But other groups of people in other countries aren't going to tolerate it. And what are they going to do? They're going to lock you up. And she should be, hopefully, I mean, we don't know. They might even put hands on you, then lock you up. Again, other groups of people aren't going to tolerate that. Now, you can do that all you want to, be in your masculine, here in America. No problem. You get away with it. But going to Fort, yeah, there you go, neck rolling and finger snapping. This is how I express myself. You can do all that you want to. Here in America, you have free reign to act like that here in America, in the community. But when you go to foreign lands, other groups of people are not going to tolerate it. No, I don't. No, yeah. Pause. Let me pause. I'm just saying that's what be going on. That's what they be. Yeah, because I already know what happened. She went into the rental car place, started grabbing air, and flipping Yaki, and they were like, no, and she should be lucky, and we don't know that they did not put hands and feet on her, because they will put hands and feet on you and throw you in a prison. Yeah, so no neck rolling, no finger snapping, no I gotta be in my masculine. None of that. Yeah, you can't. You're not going to get away with it. Just to let you guys know. But listen, I'm gonna put the link in the chat room if you guys want to call in and add to the conversation. You're more than welcome to call in and add to the conversation. If you want to add to the conversation, click on the link and add to the conversation. The best thing to do in any situation, similar to hers, is to remain calm. Diners, I remember Corey Holcomb said Dubai wanted him to do shows, yet hold on, what? Robert, you got to retype your, hold on. Diners, I remember Corey Holcomb said Dubai wanted him to do shows, yet he's funny, but you're not gonna women. Yeah, Robert, you gotta. I'm not gonna read that, Robert. You gotta just type that all over, brother. She effed around and found out. Yeah, they don't play that over in those Muslim countries. They don't tolerate that over there. They're not gonna tolerate it. So if you cannot conduct yourself properly, you might as well just stay here in America. Again, if you're not going to conduct yourself properly, you might as well stay here in America. And the thing is, you were wrong. You wrecked the car, okay? You rented a car in Dubai, probably a luxury car. You wanted to go to Dubai and stunt. You damaged the car, and you got to pay for it. And yes, they're not playing with you. They are not going to play with you. Again, you damaged the car. The car is probably in your name. You put down you gave them your ID, your credit card, I believe, your debit card or whatever to reserve the car. And now you got to pay for it. That's anywhere. Hell, that's here in America. If I get a rental car, in fact, here you go. When you rent a car here in America, okay, you give them your deposit. They take your credit or debit card, they put a deposit on it. Then they ask you, would you like to take out additional insurance? Again, would you like to take out insurance? And they tell you, listen, this insurance, if you wreck the car, you total it, you take this insurance out, you walk away, you good to go. I guarantee you they probably didn't want to take out the insurance. I am almost certain that she could have insured that rental car. They declined it. They wrecked the car. They said, hey, there's damages to the vehicle. Because you know what they do before you, if you've ridden a car before you drive off that lot, they walk around the car. If there's any pre-existing damage, they notate it. Then you drive off. You bring the car back. They walk around the car. They see if there's any damage done. If there's a scratch or damage, they're gonna let you know. Then they're gonna let you know how much it costs to get it fixed. So that's what happened. She brought the car back. It was damaged. They're like, hey, listen, the vehicle is damaged. You're responsible for this. And she got an attitude. I ain't paying that. I ain't paying that. You got me. I already know what happened. I don't need to see the security footage. You better give me my money and you better give me my card and my ID. Hell no. She probably jumped behind the counter. And yeah, they locked her ass up. That's what happened. But hopefully she's okay. Hopefully she gets out soon. This is a lesson learned. And guys, when you're traveling, again, when you are, that's what happened. I already know what happened. They came the guy, the Arab man, or whoever, I don't know what whoever he was or she was, the owner of the rental car company checked the car, noticed there was damage, and said, hey, there's damage to the vehicle. You're gonna have to pay for it. I ain't paying for it. Hell nah. You better give me my passport and my credit card. I ain't paying for it. Hell nah. Hell nah, I ain't paying. You got me at hell. You better give me my love. You better give me my. And I'm telling you, she probably pressed the guy, got in his face, and they're like, "No, we're not putting up with this." She got to sit down. Take it to the jail. Take it to the Dubai prison. I'm telling you. That's what happened. She probably jumped over the counter. I wouldn't be surprised. Air snatching, weave flipping, finger snapping. No. And the majority of the time, you're in the wrong. You knew you damaged that car. It was probably a luxury vehicle. I'm pretty sure they offered you insurance. You rejected their insurance. Now you got to pay. You didn't want to pay. You got upset. You got belligerent. And now you got to go sit down. And you have guys like Quanell X trying to justify saying that you did not commit a crime. Quanell, per the laws of Dubai, she did. She got to sit down. And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. A lot of times also, in these foreign countries, they know you're a foreigner. All right? A lot of times in these countries, when they know you're a foreigner, not even a foreigner, a lot of times they'll even be patient with you. So say she was snapping on him and being belligerent. They probably gave her a warning, lady, calm down. And she refused to calm. I'm telling you, this is how it works. I've seen this happen before. I travel. All right? They tell you to calm down. They give you a warning. They tell you to calm down. I guarantee you when they told her to calm down, she didn't calm down. She made the situation worse. And they're like, okay, we got to lock you up. Now, Tulum, Mexico, Mykonos, whatever it's called in Greece, and now Dubai. That's if you a hot girl and you balling, that's where they do hot girl summer at now. Dubai, Mykonos, however you pronounce it, Mykonos, Greece, and Tulum, Mexico. That's the trifecta for hot girl summer. Like if you want to do hot girl summer, that's where they go. But if you want to do hot girl summer, you're better off going to Thailand, Mexico. Nah, they're not really doing hot girl summer in Accra. Nah, they're not like that. No. All the hot girls I know, they going to Thailand, Mexico, Mykonos, and Dubai. That's where they going. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to get to, Blackjack 38. Nah, so what you guys have to understand, when you're traveling internationally and you act a fool, and it's in your passport, okay? It's in your passport, okay? If you read your passport, like everyone who's watching this, go and get your passport and read it, all right? If you are acting up and if you get arrested in a foreign land, the United States of America, all they can do is document and report. That's all they can really do. Because for some reason, a lot of us have this idea in our head that since we have a U.S. passport and we act a fool in a foreign country, that we can act up in the United States of America. They're going to send the G.I. Joes and commandos and, Joe Biden and Stacey Abrams, and they're just going to, they're just going to come and save you and bail you out. No, it don't work like that. All you could do, they're going to lock your ass up. You call the embassy. Embassy's going to document it, report it, call your family. They might come, the embassy might send a representative to come and check on you in prison, and that's it. They not coming to save you. You will sit your ass down in that prison. And you're not Brittany Griner, so there's nothing to leverage. You have nothing to leverage in regards for the United States of America to actually put an effort to get you out of prison. Ain't no prisoner swap. I mean, you guys need to really hear me clearly, okay? If you get your ass in trouble in a foreign country, and if you get locked up, you are on your own. Again, you are on your own. The U.S. government can't do nothing for you. Again, the U.S. government cannot do anything for you, okay? You're going to sit down. All they're going to do is document and report. That's it. They're just going to document and report. That's it. They'll send a representative from the embassy to kind of, do you need a lawyer? In fact, they'll tell you your options. They'll give you your options. Hey, you broke the law. This is what you're facing. We could contact your family. They can help put together a retainer for a lawyer. That's all they could do. That's all they could do. So don't think just because you have a U.S. passport that gives you a right to act a fool in foreign countries. Yeah, exactly. They leave white folks to rot overseas too. Absolutely. There's a couple locked up in Russia right now. Then, like I said, you had the situation with the guy. Was it Singapore? Where the guy got caned, or Malaysia, or some southeastern Asian country, where the guy got caned for spraying graffiti. Yeah, they don't play. They're not playing with you. And with everything that's going on in America and everything that's going on in the world, The United States of America does not have time to make you priority to come and save you. It was Singapore? Okay, yeah, it was Singapore. Yeah, they're not coming to save you. You on your own. So y'all need to chill out. If you want to go party and act a fool, go to Talent, Mexico, because I think that's where everybody's going to party and act a fool now. Buying cake for Brittany Griner, yeah, that was all politics. That was all politics. You know, they had the LGBTQ community. You know, they were on the front line for her. So yeah, you know, Biden, like Biden said, he made the immigrant community. He said his top priorities were the immigrant community and the LGBTQ community. She's LGBTQ, so she got priority. So this girl right here that's locked up right now, and then she was a in quotation, well, she kind of is a high profile athlete, you know, Brittany Griner. She kind of is. So yeah, they had to yeah, so they had to get her, they had, you know, they did the prisoner swap because of and then also the pressure that was put on Biden to get Griner out by the media and the community. They had to. But with this lady right here, I don't know. Yeah. She has nothing to leverage, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Guys, I'm going to put the link in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the conversation, you can. Again, I'm going to put the link in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the conversation, you can. But yeah, you have to be aware of where you're at. And if you're in a country, okay, where women are veiled up, not all, but some, and it is especially an Islamic country, a country that practices patriarchy. You should know better. You can't turn hood and get ghetto in Dubai. Her lawyer is with the NOI. Cornell X? Is Cornell X a lawyer? Negotiate what? What leverage or power does the NOI have in these Arab countries? Again, what power does the Nation of Islam have in these Arab countries? What say do they have? Hey, Alan, I'm going to let you on real quick. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Give me a minute and 30 seconds. We'll be right back.
One of the greatest empires in world history was the Mali Empire. The Mali Empire was one of the most prosperous and powerful empires in the antiquity of Africa. Its growth and expansion from the 13th century onwards was legendary and pivotal in the history and culture of Western Africa. The Mali Empire Volume 1 from author J.P. Martin, available on Amazon, is a book which provides the full historical record of the Mali Empire. From their control over the trans-Saharan trade routes and development of great cities such as Timbuktu, to their influential royal class who produced notable African kings such as Mansa Musa, Sundiata Keita, and Mansa Abubakar Keita II, the Mali Empire made a significant impression. This book is perfect for anyone interested in learning more about the history of Western Africa. Order your copy right now on Amazon. The Mali Empire, Volume 1, from author J.P. Martin. Go to Amazon.com and get your copy today.
Yo, man, you know what? I come in peace today. I come in peace. I'm not going to say nothing about Ohio State.
OH.
See, here you go. So
I mean, you going to come and listen. You know me. I'm at you annually, brother. It's like a 25-round fight.
But y'all already got knocked out. What you talking about?
What you talking about, dude? You were in the fetal position.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
You were acting like listen. You were acting.
Oh,
hold on. You were acting like the Little Mermaid's dad after he found out she had made a deal with the motherfucking urchin.
But you still got knocked out.
That's true. It wasn't no knockout. Just keep it a buck.
Yeah, I got knocked out.
We lost. It wasn't no knockout.
Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all lost. So listen, you know what you did. You know how you need to spell Ohio? Ohio, and then a dash with an L next to the dash.
That's cute. I take it. What you were a football player, not a scholar, so it's quite all right. I get it.
Ohio. What, did I misspell Ohio?
Yes, you did. You said OHILO dash L.
No, I did not. I said OHIO-L.
That's it. So once again, let's stick to the what we're talking about, because I see you never were in the spelling bee when you were in school.
Allen, hold on. Yeah. Allen. Did I misspell Ohio?
Yes, you did.
Hold on. I don't talk to you, Lumumba. Allen, did I misspell Ohio?
Well, you did. You added the L.
Yeah.
So unless you're one of these modern women who likes to make up their own definition of words, that ain't how you spell it, brother.
It's OHIO-L.
Once again, so yeah, Tierra Young Allen. Tierra Young Allen. You know, this is what? How many times have we seen our sisters, and I use the term sisters loosely, Brother Allen, right? I think you would agree with me there. Yeah. Going abroad and literally showing their derriere. And then when it happens, crying that it's anti-Black racism.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, I don't know if you guys saw this. There was a one of her so-called friends or former friends put out a video, sent it to Angry Man. Actually,
I saw the video.
You saw that?
Yes, acted a fool.
He acted a fool in Puerto Rico. Got them put out of Airbnb.
Hold on. I'll find a video. Go ahead.
Yeah, we talking about trips to Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Where Bruno Mars when you need him. You know what I mean?
So, and her friend even said, whatever they say she did, she did.
Right, because when you know somebody, you know that's their character. That's what they're about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She said she's a mean drunk.
Wow.
And that's how she gets down.
How much time is she facing, Dinus? Do you know?
I think it's 1 to 2 years.
Yeah, 1 to 2 years.
See, here's the thing, Dinus, you travel abroad. You're Mr. International, right? With a Pan-African swag. I travel abroad a lot. And Alan, I'm quite sure you have as well.
Yeah.
When I travel abroad, I'm in another country, I'm extremely respectful.
Well, but that's the thing. Beyond our sisters, there is a such thing as the ugly American, where a lot of Americans feel entitled.
Yes, and superior. Absolutely. Man, I'm glad you brought that up.
So this is not a new phenomenon. It's not unique to Black women.
Right.
However, I don't think these women understand that when you go to certain places, you stand out. And then when you start, doing some of the things that you're doing and doing it so belligerently, then you make yourself even worse. There's another video out where they have Sukiyama, or whatever her name is, out there in England.
You talking about Suki with the good coochie?
Yes. Yeah. She's out there talking about trying to get her coochie stretched and eat a nigga ass, and she's saying it out in public. Things that would have got her locked up when she was in Dubai. There's a certain type of woman who thinks they can take this act everywhere they go, and it's not. Take the act
on the road. Yeah,
and that's what's happening.
Well, Marcus Garvey said over 100 years ago when he was asked the question, "Do you want to take all Black people with you to Africa?" And he said, "Listen, there are some Black people who will be no good in Africa, no good in Jamaica, no good in America, no good any and everywhere."
Right. You can't take them anywhere. But unfortunately, because of how we are in the West, we reward this type of behavior. And now these women can afford to take their show on the road, and they have.
Yes, sir. So let me ask you this question, and this is just, I guess, for the audience, just to help tease out what you said. How is this behavior rewarded?
It's rewarded because the people who, for instance, this woman who's in question, she is a trucker, and she is a social media personality, and that is rewarded, and she's making money off of her social media. She's making money off of the trucking, and now she can go ahead and afford to go to places like Dubai, which is not cheap. It is not a short flight.
This is very true. Yeah, it's not.
And she can afford to do those things. A generation ago, a woman like her wouldn't even have been afford to go. She would have had to go back to Puerto Rico and hope until she couldn't go back to the same Airbnb. But now we're not just going to the Caribbean. We're not just going to Tulum. Now we're going to places where the culture is completely different.
Yes, sir.
And they're not going to put up with that kind of foolishness because they have a system in place to deal with women who act that way.
Right, you right about that. They got a system in place. You damn right.
All right, let me play this clip real quick.
In Dubai, right? The one that got arrested for screaming in public. Guess what? A chick that knows her sent me a video showing her character. Check it out.
Don't think you're gonna talk shit.
I'm gonna act like that.
And run off.
I'm gonna act like that.
Cause you're a bitch.
Yeah, she just threw soda on him and called him a bitch. That's the sound of her destroying the property in the Airbnb that they're in. They also said she was waving around a knife, and ultimately they had to call the police and kick her out of the Airbnb. Yeah, but don't worry. I'll be doing a whole show about this later on today. Y'all remember the lady that got hemmed up in Dubai, right?
Diners, I got a question. Diners, I got a question for you, man.
Go ahead.
Why didn't you tell your viewing audience that was your ex? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Why didn't you tell us that was your boo? That was your boo for about 2 years.
Hey, but she thick though.
hey, but she thick though. She fine.
Hey, she could be thick all she wants. And they ain't enough fine in the world for me to put up with that type of behavior. Literally.
She thick though.
Literally,
but what's telling is this is the type of stuff that goes on these trips to Tulum and Puerto Rico and yeah.
Oh, listen, I knew somebody recently.
Jamaica.
Yeah, I knew somebody recently who went to Mexico with a group of people, and they got kicked out of their hotel in the resort for getting into a fight there. So these are things that are happening. That people are doing, and other people from other countries aren't really necessarily putting up with that.
It's wild because I've been on several vacations with myself, on my lonesome with my children. I've never gotten into it with someone ever on a vacation. I mean, ever in my entire life.
Tulum is one of my favorites.
Me either. I'm in a good mood when I'm on vacation. I'm not trying to get into any altercation or stuff like that. But when you live near a border, you see people all the time who get, where I grew up, they got kicked out of Canada. They can't come back. People, white, black, whoever, Americans seem to think they can just go other places and act any way they want to.
This is very true. And you know what? I'm with you, brother. I know we've had our debates in the past. But you cooking with fish grease, because that is actually an American issue. If you remember back in the 90s, this is before everyone was being born in test tubes and microwaves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Matrix. But back in the 90s, there was a white guy that went to Singapore and showed his natural ass.
Yeah.
And he ended up being caned. So this is a real thing where, they view people abroad, view Americans as arrogant and disrespectful. And this is why oftentimes they don't like people who have that blue passport.
Right. No, there's a sense of this American exceptionalism, this entire. Yes. When I was in Barbados a couple of years ago, and I was living down there, they were, the people who were the loudest, the only people who were objecting to the protocols for COVID were the Americans and a handful of British people, and the Americans were the loudest. That's just what it is. I've seen it all my life. Where every time I go down there, I'd be like, why can't these people follow rules? Why can't these people do this? Why it's not you're not in America anymore. I don't see why you would do this. If I have two passports, and I've said this before on the show. I have a Barbados passport. I have an American passport. My Barbados passport just doesn't have anything on the page. Doesn't give me any warnings, stuff like that. The American passport is full of warnings and full of stuff that people aren't reading. But they do that because Americans need to see those things. They need to have a forewarning about how to act. Other people's passports don't even have that information in there because you automatically know when in Rome, do what the Romans do. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple.
Right.
Hey, I'll put the link in the chat. Oh, let me add Mr. Sandman. Mr. Sandman, go ahead.
Yeah, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, man, doing good.
That's what's up. Yeah, yeah, this is an interesting situation, and I had a kind of a deeper perspective on it because they say here in the United States in the Constitution, right, they separated the church and the state. And that's an interesting concept because here in these other countries where they still, cling on to more religious value systems, it seems to be more patriarchal now. Even though, the United States is based on a Christian theologies and Christian value systems, it's still all of the Abrahamic religions, whether it be Islam, Christianity, or Judaism, they're all patriarchal religions. So, any type of if a United States was had more of a Christian value system, they will also, have similar laws to what Dubai has in regards to not allowing women to usurp their authority over a man. So that's an interesting concept. You know what I mean? And yeah, So I think the women in this country, whether it be black, white, or any other race, I think they're a product of the environment that they're growing up in, where it's a societal norm for a woman to usurp their authority over a man. And when they got to a different country, like in Dubai, they got a taste of a different culture that they're not used to. You know what I mean? So they had to fall back, and then they couldn't control their emotions, and then they got penalized for it. It's interesting because like a country like Dubai, right? And it's interesting the way things are headed towards in the world dynamics of petroleum, right? So countries like these Arab countries in the Middle East, they've become filthy rich off of a lot of it off of petroleum. So now, you know what I mean, the United States and Europe, they're talking about getting away from oil and start making electric cars. So it's interesting the way the dynamics is going to transform in the next few decades if they start to get away from oil, and these countries in the Middle East start losing some of their economic viability. If a lot of the world starts getting away from their dependence on oil that's coming from the Middle East, and you might see like countries like Dubai might not be such of a huge tourist attraction. But yeah, so you know what I mean. I think whether that lady from the United States, I know she was African American, whether she was dealing with some type of chemical imbalance, maybe she was on a period or something, and she couldn't control her emotions, and then she just lost it.
Wasn't no chemical imbalance, brother. That's called good old fashioned ratchet feminism.
Yeah. Well,
right, and I don't know if you're familiar with ratchet feminism, but I did a show on it on my channel, and ratchet feminism actually argues that Black women engaging in this type of contemptuous, recalcitrant, harridan-like behavior, they believe that is actually empowering to do so, even though it comes with negative consequences.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been screamed on by plenty of Black women for no apparent reason, on several occasions. So yeah, I'm familiar with that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the thought process is behind it, but I just know it happens a lot.
I can tell you.
What's that?
Dumb shit. Come on, we got to make it plain sometimes. And you guys, Dinah, that was Dinah's ex. They were together for 2 years.
bruh. But hey,
good old fashioned Georgia peach, right off the tree.
But she is fine though. But
no, she's not. Listen, first off, she's average looking. Stop putting on the cake.
I'm talking about her body.
Once again, so she, I can't do a butterface.
She's not a butterface.
She's not a butterface. She's a decent looking woman.
She's decent. Thank you. She's decent.
Listen, she's an upgradable 7.
No, there's no such thing as an upgradable 7.
What I'm saying is, like, you get her, like, so she's a 7, but then she'll be an 8. You know,
first off, she was wearing weave, so she already drops like 4 notches for me because she was wearing the weave.
I mean, but again, she's an upgradable 7. You get rid of the weave, you know, dollar. She's upgradable 7. You can turn it to an 8.
I told y'all that was his ex. That's why he pushing for her.
She's an upgradable 7.
How long were y'all together? Where did you meet her?
Oh man!
In other words,
listen. I met her at the Georgia Ohio State game. How about that?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Her looks are not the issue, man. She looks, you know, she's all right looking. The issue is her attitude,
her behavior,
and how she acts, and that's what takes her down to a 3 or a 4. It's nothing to do with how she looks, because anybody who's pouring soda on men, you know, on a trip, other people's men, the women she was traveling with had men with them. She didn't. She's pouring soda on their men.
What?
Yeah. She was completely out of line. So those are the types of things that this person did. That's the reason why her old friends were so quick to turn on
dismiss her. Yeah, but as well they should. You know what I mean? You shouldn't want to have a friend that behaves that way.
Right. She was out of control, and she let the whole social media fame and you can make good money trucking now. I'm not, you know, she's made some good money between social media and trucking. She's made some good dough, and so that's why she's able to do these sort of things. She makes more money than most people here, so she's able to go out and do stuff, but it's only able to do that because she's making videos of her at truck stops, bent over, reminding truckers to stretch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, Dinah, is that where you met her at the truck stop?
Yeah, at Flying Pilot.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Is it Flying Pilot or is it Flying J? What is it? Is it here in Georgia? Is it Pilot or Flying Pilot or Flying J?
Pilot.
Pilot. Yeah, I met her at Pilot.
Yeah, I can see that.
I was going.
Yeah, the prettiest ones be craziest too.
There.
Yeah, no, she knows what she has and she knows what she's doing. And I hear there's other women out there who are doing the same thing, female truckers who you know, like the attention of the mostly male people at the lot, you know. And so she you know, that's what she does, and that's how she gets paid and gets her money. So I have a suspicion. I have a suspicion that she's not over there for more than just a vacation. I can't confirm or deny.
Oh, well, hold on. Again, this is just alleged, and this is just a suspicion. Are you saying that she's being turned into a porta potty? Again, this is just suspicion. Alan, you still there? Alan.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm here.
Yeah, went out. Are you saying she's being turned?
Yeah, I think that's what's happening to her. I think she's allowing herself to be used in an unsanitary manner. We'll say it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, don't listen to Lumumba. No, that's not my ex.
Hey, stop the cap. Stop the cap. Hey, y'all, that's his ex on the real. That's his ex. You, Dinah, you ain't tell us you got down like that on the ratchet tip.
Hey, guys, listen. Link is in the chat room. If you want to call in after the convo, click on the link. Again, link is in the chat room.
Keep it a buck, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's It's a shame. It's a shame that this is happening because it gives other black travelers a bad name, and it makes it harder on many of us who want to go out and see the world. You know,
Very true. So
they
Alan, let me ask you this question: What leads what fuels your suspicion that she may be out there to engage in sex work?
I believe that whenever I see somebody who is an Instagram model and then they're flown out to the Middle East, I always assume that that's what they're out there doing.
And that's a big time industry in Dubai, by the way.
Yeah, it's too much money.
I've
These type of women,
met some dimes that be out
yeah,
there like, Lord have mercy, and they
yeah,
be out there doing that.
yeah, and those Arab men will treat those women in ways they would never do to their women. You know, so but you know they don't care as long as they get the bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that I suspect that. Now I don't know that. You know, man, I don't want to go out here and say that I'm saying that's what she was doing. She might not have been, but whenever I see somebody who was an Instagram model, then all of a sudden they have this compulsion to go to the Middle East.
Right.
I assume that that's a possibility.
I think that makes sense.
You know, it's Dubai, and she was out there, and she was actually did a few videos out there where she was talking about she was going to open up her own trucking company out in Dubai and was riding around in trucks. And I bet you don't think that those people were watching her videos and seeing what she was doing. That's there for the world to see, and if they don't like what you're putting out there in your video, then they're that much more willing to go ahead and crack down on you. So, I hope. Listen, in all sincerity, I hope she makes it back. But if they keep her for a little while, that might be the lesson she needs to learn. Even though I doubt she'll learn the lesson, but I mean, it's something that she might have to sit for a while and deal with the consequences.
Why do you doubt that she will learn the lesson?
Because you have too many people like Cornell X and all these other people saying that she didn't do anything wrong. Just like how you have all these people who are saying that Brittany Griner didn't do anything wrong.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw Cornell. I was so disappointed, man.
Yeah. Cornell was there saying she did nothing wrong, and then he made it a woman issue. When
he's trying to get the bag himself, man.
What does he do? Is he a lawyer?
No, he's not an attorney.
No, he's just a activist. Like he's like I don't know, like he just pops. I don't know what these activists do. Like
he's a black nationalist, Al Sharpton.
Like he's like a Tamika Mallory. Like is Tamika Mallory a lawyer?
No.
Yeah. He's like
I've seen him before, but I've always wondered if he was an attorney or what his role was, other than just a talking head. So he's just
he chases ambulances.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it's a good gig.
Hey, but Lumumba, good question. Not the pocket watch. How do they get paid? Like, how does Cornell X get paid?
Well, so what Cornell does, right, is and you could quote me on this. If there's an issue in the community, like there was a situation in Houston, shout out to H-Town, Harris County, fourth largest city in the good old United States of America, right? There was an individual, the family alleged that he had been wrongly convicted of a murder. Cornell said, I will publicize your case for $8,000. The family paid him, and he did his job. So that's what he does.
That's a nice hustle.
Yeah, but I said that's good work if you can get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What family say, okay, that sounds like a good deal. Here goes $8,000.
Yep.
Oh, that's a nice little. That's a good.
Now the issue was Cornell, in that case in particular, did his own research, found that there was actual DNA evidence showing that the man committed the crime. He refused to publicize the case as he promised after he received the money, and he didn't offer a refund. He did not offer a refund.
No, all sales are final.
All sales are final.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I that's good. I know he's on a news show in Houston too, where he debates people. So I know he's just basically he's made a living making a spectacle out of himself and highlighting issues, just like how Al Sharpton used to do in New York.
Right, and people don't take out. People who are serious in the Black community about helping restore ourselves to our traditional greatness, providing a better quality of life, building institutions based on our cultural values to actually address the issues in our community and provide a competitive advantage in the global world. People don't take him serious.
Yeah, I mean, at one time he was all we had. If we needed the publicity, you called the fat dude with the perm and the megaphone.
Right.
So I guess Cornell decided he was going to do that, except in the Southwest. Gotcha. Not bad work. Not bad. He doesn't have it. He can't use white guilt to get the Arabs to change their mind on anything though. That he's out of his depth. So
I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh.
Yeah,
you're right about that.
Yeah, he's out of his depth with that. She called to him because that's all she knows, the mother. But yeah, the Arabs don't care.
Right.
Sneakerhead, go ahead.
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm unsure of what the context is of the conversation, but I do support Uru, and I want to just say I appreciate all the Black brothers getting together. But I would love to speak.
Real quick, brother. We're talking about Brother Dinah's ex-girlfriend who was wilding out in Dubai.
Here we go.
You said who was Are you talking about the?
No,
lady?
don't listen to him. Don't listen.
Yeah, we're talking about Dinah's ex. That was Dinah's ex.
I'm unsure is that the individual that's in Dubai who was yelling at the guy.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Now listen.
Yeah, that was Dinah's ex-girl.
Oh God.
Yes, I feel like it's very important for us to understand the morals, the customs, and traditions prior to us going to a country or another place of another people before we assert our privileges, if you would say, or the things that we're blessed with. She felt like she had the right to yell, but in that given scenario, she didn't. The thing is, prior to her being in that situation, if she would have had it in her head, okay, I'm over here, I'm across seas, I don't have any help. It's very important for me to act in a way of security as opposed to me acting out a way of emotion. I understand that there was an event that was kind of out of her hands, but on the opposite end of it, with her understanding the country she's in, she's outside of America. There should have been a pertinence in her keeping her passport, for one. For two, her not disrespecting anybody. Did she have on a hijab? What was she doing in order to properly see fit to their morals, their customs, their traditions, as well as their laws? I see a lot of African American women, or a lot of women in general, that go to Dubai and they wear the head covering, or they wear the dress of the women so that they can be in proper, I would say that is my guess, so they can be in proper standing with the country. But at this very moment, we cannot shed we don't need to, it's no remorse, because that's their law of the land. If somebody comes to America and they do something with our kids, we're gonna get on their ass. And I understand it's night and day, but it's a law. If somebody breaks our law blatantly, we don't give nobody pass. We don't give Trump a pass. Using that as an example, we didn't give R. Kelly ass a pass. I don't know who's really getting. Nobody gets a pass because it's a law. And at that very moment, there is a religious aspect or a religious degree to it. And the way I see it in Dubai, whatever religion those people following, that is what allowed them to create that very great place. So it's for those people to uphold their morals, their beliefs, their customs, and their traditions. And I hold my peace.
Yeah, there you have it. But again, a lot of our women, are so unchecked here that now what's happening is they're trying this stuff with other men in other communities. And what they're finding is that not everybody's like the African American male who's going to allow you to go ahead and say what you want to say, ignore it.
Well, real quick, if I could, Alan, I'm an African American male, and I don't put up with that crap at all.
No, but I'm not saying that everybody does. I'm saying that in general, though, and this.
Real quick though, I put a woman out of my car on the highway for talking to me crazy, literally. And this is not hyperbole. I stopped the car and said, "Get out."
Right.
And how she got home was how she got home.
But
I'm a woman. I said, well, you should have been a lady.
That's a good one, brother. I'll be honest.
Get out.
I'm learning to adopt that.
And like I said, because I ain't about to put my hands on no shorty, but I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you. She said she started talking crazy, said something about my mama. I went from 80 miles an hour to 0. Allah said, get out. So Jordan, matter of fact, I'm gonna sue Jordan Peele for copyright infringement because he got the concept for that goddamn movie from me.
Get out.
Yeah, but literally, I don't put up with any of that foolishness.
Right. Well, I mean, then we need more men who do that, because what happens here in the West is that we don't have a system in place to check belligerent people in general, but especially women. Women can say whatever they want and they're unchecked. And if you say anything to them, then you are the misogynist. You're this and that. So that is where we are in this society. But when they take that to someplace else that has a different system, then they bump up against the wall that they can't move, and then they want help. Now they want the men and the patriarchy to protect them, and that's what's happens now. Now they want the State Department to go over there and do something and this and that, when it should have been very obvious to her that and I don't believe she just yelled. I'm gonna say that. I believe that she wilded out.
Oh, I'm telling you, she jumped over the counter, and I already know what happened.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, I know, because you used to be with her. Of course you do, Dinus.
Oh, well, here we go.
Did she really jump over the counter? I know they have the video.
I don't know. I'm speculating that she jumped over the counter, but I would not.
They're going to release the video
over the counter. But there's video out there. They have the footage. That's why she's in jail.
Yeah, they have the footage. They're going to release the footage at some point.
Just like you, or just like Lumumba. Of course, I travel internationally, and usually if you get into an argument, they give you a warning, like, "Sir, calm down."
Yep. Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Chill out."
They'll give you a warning. They'll give you a warning. But if you escalate it, they're gonna put hands and feet on you and throw you in jail.
Yep. All right, it's gonna be a new episode of Locked Up Abroad.
Locked Up Abroad. Go ahead, Delina.
Ain't no go ahead, Delina.
Sweetheart, Delina. Go ahead, Delina.
You gonna be nice tonight?
I'm gonna be nice tonight. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Oh man, who gonna check me? That's the first question.
Not Lumumba. Not Lumumba.
Hold up. Why I got an echo? Let me make sure everything closed.
Well, real quick. And so let me say this, Brother Allen, you said something about having a system, right? My system is, I realize my power is in walking away. I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to put up with that. That's the power.
There's an African proverb that says that the win is in turning away and walking away. So I definitely believe in that. A lot of times there's that concept that my granddad used to teach me when I was a kid. You can't allow nobody to yank your chain. And, it's not even so much in that situation as she's done. Somebody's purposely trying to yank her chain. As so much as is she putting that chain in somebody's hand? Is she putting her fate, her destiny, the situation in somebody's hand? What power do they have to play? And as African Americans, we don't quite always understand the power that we have in, not retaliating, or the power that we have in allowing whatever discord to have its course to go through, because maybe she would have had to allocate that money and pay that money, but at the end of the day she would have had safety. And
let me pass it to Delina. Delina, go ahead, Delina. Is your Obama phone still echoing, Delina?
Stop playing with me, yo. Worry about your ex-girlfriend tonight. That's what we talking about.
Thank you, Delina. Thank you.
Look, Dinus ain't got no standards. I'm gonna tell you right now.
You know what I'm saying? He damn near like Umar, getting scallywags every trip.
But nah, for real though.
I hate y'all.
A story time popped in my head because I just came back from Sierra Leone with Dinus, right? And me and another girl on the trip, we had some little excursions of our own dealing with the locals. And I had to check somebody. I didn't scream, I didn't yell, but I'm going to protect my energy and my space at all times in any country. So tactful I was, but firm I also was, because it was like we were like walking dollar signs for a little while. And these guys just didn't want to let up. Like they just kept following us everywhere. So they joined us to eat. And he's sitting right next to me, and I'm still trying to be cool and whatever. But the energy shifted with him, and I'm sensitive to it. So once everything switched up and the situation wasn't feeling too kosher, it was like, all right, I need you to leave so I can eat my food in peace and we can get back to our rooms, in peace. Like, I didn't say all that part to him, but it was just like, you gotta go, bro. Like, and he didn't get it the first time. And I had to firmly say again, like, your energy's bothering me. I need you to go. Like, now. Like, he didn't want to move.
Dinus didn't protect you?
He wasn't with us. We some New Yorkers, so we was just exploring on our own. Like, it was nothing. But yeah, like, you gotta protect your peace and your energy no matter what. It is the way to do it. And like I said, I didn't go off. I didn't throw soda on him. But he didn't want to move the first time. It was like weird energy. So
and Lumumba, take your cape off. Take your cape off, Lumumba. Take it off.
Hey, Dinus, I don't wear a cape.
Take your cape off, Lumumba. Take it off.
I don't wear a cape. And I don't date Harridans. So hey.
Don't date who?
Harridans. A harridan is a fancy word for a contemptuous and cantankerous woman. Yeah.
I have a question, brother. In this day and age, is there like a stereotypical Harridan?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said before, this is before you came on, ratchet feminist. Ratchet feminists, they actually believe that being uncouth, lacking decorum, being antagonistic, being overly sexual is actually empowering. They literally, there's a sister, she got her master's degree from the University of Buffalo. Her thesis was on ratchet feminism. So there's an actual whole course, there's a whole body of academic literature on ratchet feminism.
Okay, so
embracing stereotypes such as being a sapphire and a Jezebel, there's a belief that is liberating, is empowering, even though observable reality shows that behaving this way comes with negative consequences.
So is that the same woman who I saw a video where a woman was claiming that twerking was a spiritual experience where when she bent down, she was close to the earth, and it was liberation through twerking.
I don't think it's the same person, but it wouldn't surprise me, man. This is the dumb shit we be talking about, though.
That was the craziest thing I'd ever heard.
Oh
yeah.
My God.
Absolutely. But these are your sisters, Delina. These are your sisters.
Nah, not mine. No, because I do yoga when I need to bend over. I don't.
Right. Your generation.
Nah, not at all.
How old are you?
No, I'm not as young as you think I am.
I'm saying, how old are you?
I'm 37.
Exactly. And we got women out here 37, 38, 39, 40. Dinus, you in your upper 30s. So am I. I told you I was Dinus' ex-girlfriend. He would know better than most.
Lumumba, I'm 41.
All right. Well, you would know better than most. That's Dinus' ex. They was about to build an empire together.
A trucking empire.
A trucking, jet-setting empire. Nah. But she told Dinus that she had to wear the pants.
She had to wear the stretch pants.
She had to wear the stretch pants. You know what I mean? Dinus was like, well, I mean, I can't go that far. Yeah. You should have told her you could wear the pants as long as I get to take them off. That's what you should have said.
Oh my God.
Mr. Lu Mu and Ba, I have two questions. One question.
Lumumba, yeah.
Being, what is the correct way to enunciate it? / what does it mean? The second question being, where are you from? You're speaking some real stuff, and I don't personally feel like it's biased. I feel like it's based upon your experience that you've had, just as far as your expression of it, because it's not like you're coming out of no book or nothing. You're just coming out of the heart, and I can feel that.
Right. You talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. I'm from Ohio, the good old OHIO, the great state of Ohio.
And add the dash and add the L after it.
So, Dinus, I'm gonna talk to you offline. So yeah, I'm from Ohio. I'm an African American. I changed my name about 15 years ago to honor, of course, Patrice Emery Lumumba, the first legally elected prime minister.
What was your government name, your birth name?
My government name is Bakari K. Lumumba. That is my government
Yeah,
name.
what was your birth name?
I don't acknowledge it whatsoever.
Okay, all right.
But I will say this: if you do a Google search of me, it will come up.
Now, what does the name Lumumba mean?
Yeah, so Lumumba comes from, of course, Patrice Emery Lumumba, the first legally elected prime minister of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. He was considered the Malcolm X of Africa. And his assassination was seen as one of the most important assassinations, unfortunately, of the 20th century. And so I took his name to honor him and his legacy. Lumumba, of course, means gifted.
Yes, sir. I personally, I feel like that's a great thing. As you speak of Lumumba and as you title yourself as Lumumba Speaks, it makes me feel like the spirit of Lumumba lives on. So I feel like, that's very important. And I also see the red, black, and green as Marcus Garvey designated for his African people. So it's some beautiful
appreciate
stuff.
That. Even though my children, they get teased at school, they're called Lamborghini, right? So being conscious, it has its has its pitfalls when you are a child. So
to a certain degree, the thing is, I never had that consciousness to reinforce myself. When I was coming up, I always had this sense of innocence. I had this kind of understanding to the universe. It was like, all right, if I be quiet, I can kind of see what's going on. I understand people are being ignorant or whatever the case, whatever the example may be. But when you are conscious, that's something that is it surpasses any kind of value, because as you see within the conscious communities, people, they do money rituals or they have a certain spirituality that doesn't allow them to fail, or at the end of the day, if that's their belief, then it's going to be or not going to be, but it's going to leave an individual better off than an individual who doesn't have that spiritual system. I know, me personally, when I was coming up, it was Jesus, 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 and I had absolute faith. But as I look, on my life now as a follower of Ifa, if I had divination at an earlier date, it would have allowed me to have a much more honorable and much more honest and a much more complete life, because at an early age, I came to this world with a certain understanding of the universe and having constant examples to reinforce, my belief system. But I just never had that spiritual guidance, that spiritual assistance or support from my family, as well as the method of spirituality. It wasn't there. So as far as, them calling their kids Lamborghini to a certain way, when kids see stuff and they see that it's different, they want to say something, they want to make a joke about it. But in hindsight, it's something that they don't understand. And with them not understanding it, how do they know if that's what they want to be, or that's what they need to be, or that's what they're lacking?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Hey, real quick, a little off topic. How do you feel about the? I'll ask you first, Lumumba. How do you feel about the Carly situation?
The what?
Carly.
Oh, you talking about the situation in Alabama?
Yeah.
It reminds me of Tommy Sotomayor, right? And I hate that I'm touching on shock jocks today, right? But Tommy Sotomayor would always say that what women want two things: dick and attention.
Oh.
Delina, is this true, Delina? Is this true?
Because who in Sam Hill would fake a story about them being kidnapped?
Is that confirmed? She actually faked that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, I mean all the evidence that's been released showing like her Google records and the stuff she was doing it's leading about 95%. Like if it was an election, we would call that motherfucker.
Yeah, somebody said they looked at her records and she was remember the movie Taken? She was looking at stuff like that on the internet.
Oh wow.
So, Sister Delina, I gotta ask a question. What's going on with the sisters right now? What is this?
I've detached from a lot of people and a lot of things, so I don't want to be associated with that at all. I don't know what everybody's doing.
Right.
It's called self-awareness. Focus on you and don't worry about what everybody else is doing. You just stay in your lane.
Hey, you guys still talking about the girl in Dubai? The little situation?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I was out there, like my avatar, that's Dubai right there. That's like a picture from like 2018 when I was at the desert tour. Hey, I didn't really see too. I seen like, well, I seen a lot of African women out there, but I didn't really see too many Black American women. I seen one girl. She looked like she was black, but I couldn't tell because I didn't hear her speak. But yeah, I didn't see like no Black women at all out there. I was all over that place. This is back in 2018. But you can definitely tell like the way they run things. It's like a bunch of, I don't know if you guys ever been, but it's pretty much a bunch of man-made stuff in the middle of a desert.
Right.
So you don't really get that feeling of like euphoria. It's so damn hot. You can barely enjoy yourself. Like it's no clouds in the sky. The
Right.
sun is beaming all damn day. It's real muggy and foggy looking and steamy looking. So I went there. I was out there for like a week, but I didn't really enjoy it. It was kind of a waste of money
And it's
for me.
expensive as hell.
No, it wasn't really that expensive. I think Paris and Hong Kong are the two most expensive places, but it wasn't that much to me. The things I did, it wasn't that expensive to me.
Well,
Well, I must not be in your tax bracket, brother.
I mean, I'm saying because only place you can go have fun is like the Dubai Marina. They got that big mall and like a little couple of other little spots, and go on them little tours in the old Souk City, and that's about it. It's not really too many things to do out there. I mean, them like the jet skiing and stuff like that's like regular price. That's stuff you can do in America, but
Right.
yeah, that was like a kind of a waste of money for me, man. So I don't think I ever go back there. But yeah, they do have like a zero crime rate, because it's a you can kind of feel a code of conduct just walking the streets. Better. Like I knew better not to say nothing to none of those women like talk crazy or to come up my mouth sideways because you can feel the ramifications in the air, just the way people carry themselves. So, I mean, it has that zero crime rate for a reason because that's like an Arabic country, and it like people say it doesn't really have a culture. Like I said, it's people from that area, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and some of them other countries. Everybody's got their hand in the pot when it comes to that oil money and stuff like that, and some of the infrastructure, and that's what makes the economy go. And the guy was telling me when I went out there, one of the tour guys, he was saying that they were actually having a hard time getting people to come. That's why they're trying to bid for the Olympics to come. And if the Olympics come, it's going to it's going to blow up. Like that's going to be a lot of place where people live because it's going to change the economy for like years to come. So that's what they're trying to do. Like I think he said like 2030 or something like that. They trying to bid for the Olympics, 32 or something like that. But that's like
they're
the
buying
next big thing.
the Arabs are buying everything sports related. So
Correct. Boxing is a big thing now.
Yeah, they buy boxing matches. They purchased the Saudis purchased the PGA Tour. I've read something where they were talking about purchasing not just an NFL franchise, but taking a significant portion of the NFL. They're just buying everything.
Yeah, I don't know about that because the NFL is like an American sport, like the American sports like NFL, NBA, and
I mean, but with
MLB.
the wrestling, the wrestling, they had the WrestleMania over there.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. I mean, you gonna always have like because the Red Sox, Boston, like when I went to Paris, Boston, and the Yankees played. You catch the train to London, from Paris, and
the bullet train.
Yeah, and the Yankees and the Red Sox used to play every year before the pandemic, and then sometimes the NFL will play. I think it'll be like the Lions and some other team. They got a contract over there to play in that stadium. But they can have games all the time, but I don't think like the actual league is ever going to leave America.
Well, nobody says they're going to leave America, but they're going to buy a significant stake in it. They're buying things all over the world.
Yeah, they can buy some
part of it is
time.
They know that oil money that the oil is going to run out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But Eric, how do you feel about the Carly situation?
Oh, the girl who got. Well, I mean, I just seen this thing like 3-4 days ago. They said the girl. I just heard she was on the side of the road and she just disappeared. I didn't really look into it, but now I don't know. That's just like a crazy situation. But they saying that she's scared to do a press conference, and they probably gonna put charges on her if they find out she was lying. So she could be another one going to jail too. So I don't know what it is with these people. I don't know if they're doing it for clout or likes and followers, but it's not really worth it because you just mess your life up.
Right.
On one side she did, but on the other side, there is this weird sector of America that is going to kind of applaud this kind of thing, and I'll say that the average American is against it. But
Yeah,
when
black
somebody
women. You got black women. I
when
see black
somebody
women
needs
copping
us,
pleas now. They talking about the girl she was an overachiever. She just went crazy and she just had a meltdown, and they
yeah,
making excuses already.
the thing is, if one of their kids had an Amber Alert, or one of their kids had this situation, or if that was their kid on the highway, they would have wanted the taxpayers' dollars to be going towards the actual successful handling of a problem. In that situation, we have allocated funds, where they have the money for the police or for situations like that. And if she wasn't in actual danger, it's wasted. It's an expense that's wasted. And in this day and age, it's people that are going to be quick to say, well, what about the homeless problem, or what about this, or what about that? But in generality, in the general sense, the average person doesn't care about that. In that situation, who knows? Maybe she was in a debt, or she has crush, or whatever the case may be. But somebody's dad had to go out and look for her, and that's time that
So
the person went to kids, or just saying, I know me personally. Oh, I was sick. I was like, oh my gosh, like what's happened to the world? This girl then got kidnapped. I'm scared. I'm like, that's why I leave my girlfriend whenever she wants to go somewhere at night. That's why I'm there. Or that's why I'm like overly protective about the woman in my family, because something like that happens. But when it comes out that is a pigment, it's fake, a pigment of my imagination, that is like.
Bro, you okay? Bro, you all right?
Don't choke on camera.
You all right?
I'm chewing some bitter
get
cola.
get some water, man. Get some water.
Yeah. Get some water back. Come back, man. Get some water. Come back. Come back.
I'm good.
But my thing,
Hold on.
is
Let me pass it to Black Excellence. Go ahead, Black Excellence. Unmute yourself. Black Excellence, unmute yourself. Black Excellence, unmute yourself. Okay, going once, going twice, or whatever.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, well, what happened? Did the parents call the police, or somebody put on the report, or what happened till people knew was she vanished or disappeared?
Well, so here's the major issue. She called her sister-in-law. She called 911, then called her sister-in-law, claiming that there was a toddler wandering on the highway.
Yeah, I heard that part. Okay, I heard that. Yeah.
So the police
white or black? Was the baby white or black?
She doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
So the police pull video from that section of the highway. There's no child on the highway. So then because I just read an article on CNN about the situation while I was eating dinner, and she claimed that she said that some guy, a white guy with red hair, snatched her up and threw her over a fence, and he was with a woman, but she didn't see the woman, but she could hear the woman's voice. All type of stuff that makes no sense whatsoever. And then she says, well, he kidnapped me, he bound me with something so I couldn't move, but he didn't touch me or sexually assault me. So why did he kidnap you?
Aside from that,
she going to
they
jail
also
for a
have
false police report.
Documentation where she was making various searches about Amber Alerts, and how
right. And do you have to pay for an Amber Alert? All type of stuff, man. I'm telling you, Dinah's exes is out here wilding, man.
It happened in what, Alabama, Mississippi?
Yeah, goddamn Helm, Dinah's damn.
Was it
Be
Alabama?
a one-woman man, Dinah's. Be a one-woman man.
Was it Alabama or Mississippi where this incident
Alabama.
happened? Yeah, I mean, when we look at that, it would be too much to kind of place her inside a stereotypical role. But all right, she was college educated, I believe. She had a fiance.
Most of these women are college educated that behave this way.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I have a mother. She, she has her master's. I has an auntie. She has her PhD, and they shit ain't all the way together. And coming up, it used to be like, listen, I'm doing this stuff y'all told me. I'm doing good at school. Everybody accepts me. Why y'all not listening to me? And it just gets to a certain point where, in my life, it's like, a lot of times people are telling you from their mistakes. They're like, all right, well, I know all the stuff I did do. I know the stuff I didn't do. let me try and kind of put you on the path as far as the mistakes I made, because I can kind of understand where my life would be if I did make these mistakes. And I know it's kind of off topic as far as this woman going missing, but as far as Black women, I feel like there's this big energy where, you know, the Black woman kind of feels like if they get a degree or they have a certain position, that they feel like it's a certain level of aboveness, which in reality we're equal, which I can't necessarily say that that directly corresponds to this woman. But if she has a loving family, she has a loving boyfriend, it's two things: either she got issues or she's on drugs.
No, she's just a modern woman.
Hey, let's pass it to Black Excellence. Black Excellence, go ahead. Then we'll pass it to Delina. Go ahead, Black Excellence.
Hey, what's up, Dynas, and what's up, family?
I'm glad you got your Obama phone together. Go ahead.
Okay, but first of all, Dynas, I'm a big fan of yours. Been following you for years. Really appreciate your content, brother. But I want to approach this whole incident with the girl in Alabama from like a different angle than what everyone is looking at it from. Has anyone heard of a phenomenon called black-eyed children?
No.
And well,
never heard of that.
basically it's a phenomenon that a lot of there were a lot of sightings like in the 70s and the 80s and stuff. You even have some sightings going as far back as like the 1800s, but basically it's this phenomena where people they basically experience like a child. Sometimes it's like a child, or sometimes it's two children, and they'll approach a person, and the witnesses say that these children, they appear, and that they appear to have, like, where their eyes are supposed to be, there's just like these black holes. Like
I've heard of stuff like that, but that's more
yeah,
or less like a paranormal account, you know, with
yeah,
like
yeah, but
spiritual.
Brother Black Excellence, I'm home alone right now, and you're scaring me. That sounds like.
But hold on, man. Hold on, man.
No,
But just hear me out. Just hear me out. And the reason I say that, because basically when you look at this incident, right, with this girl, she said she was driving along the interstate, and she saw a small child walking along the side of the interstate. And then she said she for some reason she felt compelled to pull over. Now, with these incidents with these black-eyed children, many times they'll approach adults, or they'll approach other children when they're walking home from school. Sometimes they'll ask the children to play with them, or they'll ask them to take them to their house. And sometimes they're really persistent, and they'll just keep asking you, can you take me to your house? Can you take me to your house? Over and over again, and to the point where it scares the children, and they end up running away or whatever and stuff like that. But it's like with this incident, that they're saying that, well, we didn't see no child on the camera. And my whole thing is, maybe what she saw is not visible to cameras. Maybe.
Okay, so
maybe.
let me say this, brother, and I'm not going to dismiss what you're stating, but it do sound like something out of what Unsolved Mysteries.
What's the movie with Marlon Wayans and his brother? Scary movie.
Right.
With Marlon and Damien? The
Right,
Wayans
but what I would say is this: based on the video evidence, from when she makes the call saying, "I see a child on the road," she kept driving another half a mile down the highway. Rather than, "I see this child," stopping her vehicle and getting out, she calls the 911, then calls her sister-in-law, and then proceeds to drive a half a mile down the road from where she allegedly said she saw the child.
Okay, well, see, that kind of thing is with these stories, it's not uncommon. There was an incident. I don't know if it took place like in England, or I think it was in the U.S. But there was this couple, and supposedly these children that came to their door, they didn't know who these kids were. They seem something seemed very off about these kids. They didn't have like where their eyes were supposed to be. There were just like these dark holes. And they ask, can we come in? Our parents are gonna come pick us up or what, or something like that. So the kids came into the house.
So let me ask you this question real quick. If a
Yeah.
child with dark holes where their eyes are supposed to be knocks on
Yeah.
your door and asks you, can they come in? Would you let them in your house?
Well, see, that's another thing. A lot of people who
I mean, I just need to know,
no,
would
here's the
you?
thing. Here's the thing.
Because I
A
don't think
lot of
anybody on
people
this
who
panel would
report
allow
these incidents.
somebody to
No,
come
here's the
in their
thing.
house and they got damn black
Is
holes
that
where their eyes are supposed to be.
Well, see, here's
I
the
mean,
thing.
come on, brother.
A lot of people, when they have these experiences, one of the things that they report is they feel fear when they see these entities.
Listen, I would have
But
went top of city in the
another
ghetto.
thing that they say is that they also feel like they're not in control of certain parts of their body when they're
Oh my goodness.
when they're in presence of these entities. So these entities will approach you and they'll say, "Hey, can you give me a ride home?" or "Can I ride in your car?" And
Brother Black
you'll
Excellence.
say no. No, what
Brother
happens is you'll
Black
say no,
Excellence.
but
I
then
just need you to
your
answer the
arm
question.
will reach to your door without you even lifting it. And next
Okay,
thing you know, the person they're in your
Brother Black
car is
Excellence. All I need is you to answer the question. If a child or children with black holes where their eyes are supposed to be ask you, could they enter your home? Would you, under your own volition, allow them in your home?
Of course, I mean, but like I said, it's
So,
not about me.
hold on, is it yes or no? I just
I
need a yes
haven't
or a
had
no.
because my thing is this is part of the the lore of this
I'm
these
not asking about the law. I'm
is
just asking you if
that
you have the power
they
of if
take
you have control
over.
of your
Like
faculties,
it's like they
would
have
you allow someone in your home with no eyes in their head?
here's the thing. One of the
I
things
don't think he
that
would.
people say
I don't think he would.
when they encounter these entities is they say that they feel that somehow these entities are able to read their mind. It's like when
That's cool. I'm not concerned with that.
Master
So I
evaders.
asked Sister Delana, if
I'm losing over
children
here. He is evading
came
the
to
hell
your
out of the
home,
question.
knocked on your door with black holes where their eyes are supposed to be, would you allow them in your home?
Hell no.
Alan HB, would you allow children with black holes where their eyes are supposed to be in your home?
I wouldn't let kids with regular eyes in my home.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's what I
Brother
was gonna
Eric
say. Y'all,
Archer,
you
would
could
you
have blue
allow
eyes. You
children
ain't
with
coming
black
in.
holes where their eyes are supposed to be into your home?
Hell, I'm gonna have that gun on me. Hell no.
Dinus, would you allow black children in your home around Mansa with black holes where their eyes are supposed to be?
No.
Okay. Brother IG, if I gives me some joy, would you allow a child or children with black holes where their eyes are supposed to be into your home?
No, sir, I do not
Okay,
believe
so it's unanimous. Guilty. So she could try that crap when she go to trial and see how far she gets with it.
Well, more or less, I was just, I was just because it just the whole thing seemed weird to me. Now I've heard, people say that, well, she was probably on that good, and she had probably was coming back from, a little escapade with
he
one of
had a
her,
Mercedes Benz
with
now.
one of
Don't forget that
her,
part. He
one of
had a
her
Benz.
male friends or something. So she was hallucinating. I'm like, y'all don't have evidence of that. First of all, does she have a history of using like uncontrolled substances or anything like that? I don't see that, but they said she was a smart girl that seemed like she was a real educated girl. And when you have these educated people and
Well, here's the thing:
level-headed
they're all
people,
super educated. They're all super women. They all are. They all are. They're all those things.
Yeah.
And yet they keep making dumbass decisions.
Just like that girl who ran through that traffic last year with that car and killed those 9 people, supposed to be a nurse and all that. And then the other girl in Atlanta who shot her job up in the office or something. She killed like 3 or 4 people, supposed to be like a scientist. So that stuff don't mean nothing. These women have mental issues. These jobs treating them all type, but they ticking time bombs and they about to have a mental breakdown any day. So they're not really in the right mental space. That's why they be doing this type of behavior.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but it's just, more or less, I just wanted to hit it, with a little alternative perspective and just kind of throw it out there and see what everybody thought. I did this
That's appreciation, brother. But I need you to answer my question. Would you allow a child or children, and Your Honor, Prince Dinas Amir, Your Honor, permission to treat the witness as hostile, okay, as strike his testimony as unresponsive? Would you allow a child or children with black holes where the eyes are supposed to be in your home under your own volition?
Well, look, it was nice meeting all y'all, but I just want to go ahead and but Dinus, I definitely hit you up. I definitely hit you up another time, Dinus. Y'all have a good night.
The kids might be outside his house.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I asked that we strike the witnesses. I asked that we strike the witnesses' entire testimony from the record.
Oh
all right, but hey, listen, guys. Delina, go ahead and close this out. We're gonna go ahead and close out. Anything else?
I don't even know what to say no more. Like, all I'm gonna say is
black
it
eyes.
is
I mean, I'm sorry. Look, we got a saying back in Dayton, Ohio. We would say, "Man, get the fuck out of Dayton with that bullshit." I mean, literally, like, get the fuck out of Dayton.
Threw me all the way off.
You talk about Dayton, they can take control of you and make you get the fuck out of Dayton.
Yeah. Hey, Donis, quick question.
Go ahead.
Hey, any more of those African you know how you do like the citizenship tours and all that? I'm gonna have to email you.
Yeah, just email me. I'm taking a group to Nigeria for the Oshun Festival in August, first week of August, and then
next month.
My girlfriend is Omo Oshun.
Oh. Okay. Well, y'all need to come.
How much is it?
$4,500, including
10 racks.
That's for the like the package, the permit. I mean, not the passport.
Well, no, that's for Nigeria. For Sierra Leone should be in November. Yeah.
Okay.
They haven't formally announced it yet, but it's looking like it's gonna happen. So
yeah. Okay. All right. I'll email you. We'll talk about it. All right,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you an email too.
Okay, cool. All right, hey, everyone, thank you so much. Go ahead, Lamuva.
I'm sorry. Black-eyed children.
Bro,
like, come on. Like, what we doing out here?
Bro, let it go, man. I mean, black-eyed children, you know.
He threw me all off. I actually had something good to say.
Like I said, get the fuck out of Dayton.
I feel like the real question would have been, if it was a white child or a black child, would you open the door?
I don't know, but yeah, we'll go ahead and close out. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family. Dinah Samir, search for Huru.
Follow me on Instagram. E5 gives me joy.
Good night.
Peace.
All right, y'all.